What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on LCID stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what news might drive the price of Lucid in the short-term and medium-term perspective. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and I've told you that we might hit the next range, the first price target that I set previously, and it is about $8.2 mark. So from this point I've told you that we might have one leg to the upside, and then we have to have a retracement. And basically it happened exactly as I predicted. We hit some higher targets, we even break $8.2 price point and hit $8.5, and then we went lower. And this price action was 100% expectable because we had to unload this structure, because on several time frames we had quite high RSI and we were starting to form the bearish divergence. As you can see, we had lower highs on RSI with higher highs on the price action. Definitely it is the sign of potential short-term trend reversal, especially if you take a look on hourly time frame, and it happened. So let me show you, let's continue with the fundamental news and let me show you what was the reason of this price action. I have to say that I didn't cover this asset for quite some time, and since I made my previous video, they published a press release on January the 12th, and it is the result of their Q4 and 2022 production. And let me quote you this. Lucid produced 3,493 vehicles in Q4, up 53% sequentially. 7,180 vehicles produced in 2022, exceeding guidance of 6,000 to 7,000 vehicles. Set to report fourth quarter financial results on Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023. And these news by itself are quite bullish because they have an increasing number of produced vehicles, and they exceed their guidance by 180 vehicles. But you have to remember that during 2022 they reduced twice these numbers. First of all, they aimed to deliver about 24,000 vehicles, and they cut it by half. Then they cut another half of this target, and they set the guidance to this range from 6,000 to 7,000 vehicles. And let me quote you further. Lucid Motors today announced production and delivery totals for the quarter ended December 31st, 2022. The company produced 3,493 vehicles during Q4 at its manufacturing facility in Arizona and delivered 1,932 vehicles during the same period. And we have this asterisk. So, as you can see, we found more than 1,500 vehicles, to be exact 1,561 vehicles that wasn't delivered during Q4. And let me show you further. On a full year basis, the company produced 7,180 vehicles, exceeding providing guidance range of 6,000 to 7,000 vehicles, and delivered 4,369 vehicles. And this discrepancy in between vehicles delivered on a full year basis, vehicles produced on a full year basis and vehicle delivered on the full year basis, is even higher, and it is 2,811 vehicles. Definitely some of these vehicles were made for certification purposes, some of them were made for showrooms and for test drives, but I have to say that this discrepancy scares a lot of investors. And that is why we still can see on a Bear's Workshop video this number of vehicles that was stored, that is stored on their actual lot. And we have another lot, the oldest one, and this lot is also full of vehicles. This means they have some issues with demand, and I have to say that it is not the only company that is experiencing these problems. Tesla recently cut their prices for Model Y and Model 3, and immediately they sold about 75% of their inventory. But Lucid cannot afford this major reduction in price, but they reduced the price by $7,500 for their leasing program, but it is not the actual reduction on the price of selling cars. This means they cannot, in my opinion, they cannot hold this line because of lack of demand. And right here you can see that they have a couple of trims that are ready to be delivered, and it is Air Touring and Air Grand Touring. And I have to say that the major problem for Lucid right now is the price, because they don't have a mass market model that might drive its fundamentals much higher, and that's why, in my opinion, in upcoming year they might experience a lot of problems. But in general, I have to say that if we take a look on the list of institutional investors, we can see a lot of green rows that indicate that these companies opened completely new position on Lucid. And I have to say that the total number of institutional holdings, the total percentage of institutional investors is 65.7%. Especially if you take a look right here, you can find that only one major investor holds more than 60% of value in Lucid. And definitely, I don't think that Lucid might go bankrupt, as some of analytic firms and even Elon Musk think, because they have a lot of money to operate. They just raised 1.5 billion additional capital, and I think they have about more than $5 billion of cash position to operate for upcoming couple of years. And the main catalyst right now that might happen with Lucid is their earnings report. And let me show you that we will see it exactly in 30 days, next month, February 22nd. And depending on the information that we will see there, definitely we will have some major impact on the price of Lucid. And right now, definitely we might see a longer consolidation phase. And let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what levels we might hit right before the next major movement? I think the crucial points for now for this asset is definitely $6.14. It is its all-time low, and we have triple bottom pattern right now, quite strong pattern, I have to say strong bullish pattern. And as long as this pivot holds, we have more chances to hit higher targets in the long-term perspective. But short-term and medium-term perspective are not so impressive, because if we take a look on this structure, and it is quite a weird movement to the upside, it is very difficult to count waves in it, and I have several breakdowns and none of them are so-called perfect examples, and because of this we can only assume that we completed all 5 wave structure in this movement. And if it is the case, we can pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom to the very top. And we have following levels which we might hit and from which we might have a bounce. Definitely it is 7.31%, because as you can see we broke $7.6 mark, and it is a 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. And because of this breakout we might hit next range. It is a 0.5 level and it is a $7.31 mark. But the most prominent and the most important from the technical standpoint level is right here at around $7 mark, and it is a triple confluence level, because it is a golden pocket by itself, statistically the most probable range of trend reversal. Second one, it is the round number of $7, and third one, it is the range of previous resistance. Right here, as you can see, we have a couple of touches of this range as a resistance and another touch right here. So this means from the level of about $7 we might see at least a bounce, and this range is 7.3 $1 and $7 might be your accumulation point if you are a long-term holder. Because in my opinion, we have to see a major announcements on their earnings report, and this earnings report we will see only in 30 days, and during this month we might see some consolidation phase and we might hit some extreme levels like 8.55, the previous swing high, and $6.15 as I already mentioned. So I think you have to wait if you are a short-term and medium-term investor, but if you are a long-term holder, you can accumulate on every daily red candle. So from the technical standpoint, that's it for now, and if you like my video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium